Good evening on this first Friday of February 2015. Welcome to back to my shop. It's been a long time, but not that I haven't been busy making movies from time to time, but it's been a busy time all over. And my apologies if you've been hanging out there waiting for the next round. I have about 30 movies that I need to. Some of them have to do some fiddling around with, others are just ready to go, but I just have not had the time to get them up onto the screen. At any rate, so what we've got on this Friday evening is a number of things. One is a swag of jobs which I'm going to show you close up that I'm starting on tonight and tomorrow and so on. And it's not all the jobs, but that's some of them. And the other thing is on a more harsher note, you could say, is I've passed on my condolences to a very good friend and colleague who I do a lot of work for, mainly in the high voltage switchgear repair works, and he lost one of his workers, a 22-year-old lad, and another subcontractor, and the two in the burns unit with 50% burns to their body in a terrible state. And that was through an explosion at a local shopping centre earlier this week, and when they were doing some work on, or they were in a high voltage switch room, and it exploded, and they were terribly burnt. So that's been given a pretty bad taste of the week actually, and next week we'll have a funeral to go to, and I just really feel for anybody. Nobody wants to go to work and not come home again, and nobody wants anybody to go to work and not come home. The high voltage switchgear is an extremely dangerous business, and I've been there and done that, and I'm quite happy I'm not in that environment anymore. But anyway, on with that, we'll update on the film. So what we have here on the table is a swag of jobs that have come in. Some of them have been waiting a while for the okays from the clients, and I'm going to walk you through quickly those drawings. So I'm going to do it handheld. What I'll also do while we're at it is I'll show you that I've got, for my GoPro, I've taken my iPad, and I bought a stand, a suction stand, which I can use with my iPad and the GoPro. I can't do it with this particular camera I'm holding, but through the I'll be able to then see what I'm actually filming, which has been a problem to date. So on with the first job. This is a special spanner arrangement. It has an off-centric system, and that opens up and clamps around devices. And in this particular case, it works with a hex. It's got some inserts that go in here for doing other types of clamping. Now they have a couple of these. This particular one has never been bored for bolting this on, so we're going to be setting this up, and I'm going to be boring and tapping these holes in here to take this and another insert. Now what I've done is today we've drafted this up so that we can get the exact positioning and dimensions, so that when we make the new insert and this insert, they'll all be able to screw in there correctly. So this is the drawing we've drafted up, and this is the part I have to make. This is it's two flats and the round, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be machining up these two parts. They're about 3/4 inch thick, 19mm thick. We're going to machine these up, counterbore them, similar to this lot, except this one's going to be cut at this point, and that had to happen because otherwise there would not be closure. If we had have done it at this funny angle that they'd made this one, it would never have worked it would have failed. So actually it's going to sit in here. One section is going to sit in there, and one section is going to sit in here, and that'll screw in, and I'll make the 6 holes here, although here we only have 5 because this division, this split, falls right on the hole. So that's one job that I'm going to be getting onto pretty quickly, because they need that fairly urgently. So that's one job. The next job, we've got these 2 hollow pieces of hollow bar here, and what I have to do is I have to produce 2 rings, and they need to have keyways in them. So they're going to need to be slotted, and those keyways are going to need to be screwed in. And after I've finished machining, of course, there's a fair bit to machine on these 2 items. So that's another job. And by the way, on this particular job here, that insert, we're going to make it out of this stainless steel, and that's got its heat number on it. And this has to go. This has to have traceability because it goes offshore. So I have all the paperwork to go with this piece, and I'm photographing it. And this will go once I machine it. It'll all be part of this this plant. Another job I've got is a little gearbox that's come in, and it's got a cracked bearing or bush or shaft housing here that I need to cut that out and build it up with weld and machine it out. I've got an end shield here, or bearing shield, and it's got broken studs. It's got 4 broken studs around the periphery, and I've had to cut off 4 very long bolts that stuck out here so that I could get to this. And this is going on to the mill. I've already done one this week. This will be the second one, and I'll be getting out all of those. And all of these will get new inserts in because they're seized inside the aluminium. I've got this other part that's come in from a machine shop, and it's got a broken tap inside here. So I'll be getting that tap out, and I mustn't do any. This is going to be anodized, so I've got to be very careful with that. That's also a subsea job. Here we have an electric motor, and that had serrated edges on here. They pulled it apart. It was loose, so what they want me to do is to cut some keyway through here and slot this and fit a keyway into it for that to be fitted up. So that's another job. What we've got here is the shafts, part shafts, stub shafts for conveyor drive motor belts, and these conveyor pulleys are quite long, and they have the motor inside of them, and through the end here the cable gets fitted. There's a gland that goes in there. The cable comes through here, out through there, into the motor windings, and there's a gearbox and stuff in there as well. So I've got to make up, these have been damaged badly, as you can see, and so I've got to make up either 3 new shafts or 3 stub shafts and cut and weld them into this. I haven't decided exactly what. And the other 3 stub shafts from the other side, as you can see, they've been badly damaged, and so these ones I've either got to build them up or I'm going to just make 3 new ones. And over here I've got an angle plate, a cast iron angle plate that I bought from a supplier. This has got a crack through it, through there. This was obviously wasn't, it's either moved after the casting or whatever, but it was rejected by the client who bought it beforehand, so I've picked that up. I'm now going to grind all that out. I'm going to put some screws in here, machine that down, and then weld up this gap, and then I'll remachine the face, and I'll machine the rough cast face on the other side as well. And that'll join its sister that I have over here in the workshop. So beyond that, we've got another little job here that we did this week. This is an aluminium post from a drill rig arrangement, and this had a this is like a little chain vise clips in here, and this bolt was all twisted and bent, so I've made up a new bolt, and this time instead of having the head welded, what I've done is I've drilled and put a roll pin in there, and the only thing I've welded is I've tigged up that nut in this side here that's got to be able to turn. So apart from that, got a bit of a mess in the workshop. I've got to do a bit of a cleaning up. and I've got a swag of other jobs outside the workshop to be done. So for this Friday night beside Bruce's bench, signing off.